Mackenzie come out and speak on behalf of the 2016 Act, but the 2016 Act has not been gazetted. Who should we believe? We should believe Cian Barneswell, who tried to enlighten the people from the act that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Uncle.
The act was passed in July 2015, right? It not yet been gazetted. So what Desmond Mackenzie is doing, Dre, is pick and choose from the old and the new to suit them narrative.
Okay. Well, I mean, I tell you, right.
All right. The labor rights them know very well that the new act, local government, a certain amount of autonomy. Right?
Yes.
So that's why they're not in any hurry to pass it. And if you look at it, we are willingly delay the act in a parliament with a death at the councillor from 160. He knows that it's not fully gazetted. So that's why I'm flant it.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So they might cherry pick and I deliberately know them I do because it was an unfinished business. Right? It never fully passed because we come out of office shortly after.
That's why I tell you, Howard. That's why I'm saying, you explain something. Elder, Comrade Blair, all of us here want to educate the people them and put them in a position which we can understand what going on. And that's why we are calling on someone from the PNP just to come and speak to, because we rather listen to the PNP people when we can. And who tell us that we are going, and you know, Desmond are going to say something which our team supporters them can't follow him, but we can't follow Desmond and Wimes because listening to Desmond this morning, you know, somebody might believe him, but here we up on the platform now and dig up the truth, and we are saying, but wait, something wrong with what Mackenzie just said. So we want somebody that the PNP now come set our mind at ease with the truth.
So why not say
Eagle? What on the sublayer? Eagle, forward the app to me. WhatsApp. I don't know if you have a WhatsApp. You know go?
No. But it can just
it never open in a TikTok.
Okay.
But forward the app come give me. But what has happened, Dre, is the 2015 act were mainly the one that passed by the and gazetted were mainly for Portmore.
Yes.
But the rest of it in terms of that data from Mayor, what Desmond Mackenzie is doing is shifting the narrative, pick some other song from the old act, and then in blame we say we pass it.
True.
It is not true. It is lie and deceptive.
True.
What he's quoting from are from the colonial era, from nearly 100 or 200 years ago.
And with the new act, Desmond would not be have no autonomy. He would have been pretty much isolated. And that's the reason why he doesn't want to pass because of the act.
Thank you.
The mayors will have more autonomy.
Right. The mayors will have the sole.
Definitely. Sole autonomy. So that's why they're not passing it, Dre. Because the new act is clear. It tells you everything in the event of a death of a mayor in terms of votes and so forth. Because the older act, it have too much provision. Too many class.
So Howard,
while this act here is more outright and straight.
All right. So Howard, you want to tell me now? You want to tell me, Howard, the People's National Party, you don't think nobody in the PNP knew all of this? Me not think the labor rights them have top brass than in the PNP. You don't think the PNP them know them something like that. So why them not come out, come tell? So that means there is something in it that is going to benefit the PNP, likewise the JLP. That's why the PNP no come out.
Dre, I think in truth and in fact, the People's National Party was relying on the act before 2016. Since as the 2016 act had not been gazetted, because it is a whole combination of things, which if the act is gazetted would bring into play. So what we have here now is a situation where Desmond Mackenzie pick out one section of the act
All right.
To base his argument on no. So what we need is clarification if the act can be implemented without gazetting.
Understood. Good morning, Kamara. Your time. Turn on your microphone, please.
Good morning. I was just reading the Local Government Act of 2016. It was indeed signed by the Governor General on the 17th of February 2016, and it says this act is in operation. If you go on Google, it is there. It is signed by the Governor General, and it was signed on the 17th of February 2016, and there's a note to say to the minister, this act is in operation. So you can go on Google and look at it. I'm looking at it now on Google.
So the act has been gazetted.
Yeah,
So
but you said the act. We are talking about specific class, Kamara.
Yes.
The act, we're not talking about act. We're talking about the class that we are referring to.
Listen, I'm just giving that information. So instead, all of us saying this and saying that, we can get somebody.
You're not getting it, you know. Some of it have been gazetted and passed. But we are talking about in the event of a tie. You see that? Have you read that?
But Howard,
Listen,
Howard.
Listen,
let
me finish. All I'm just saying.
One at a time, Kamara. Yes, Kamara, go ahead.
I was just giving this bit of information on the signing of the act by the Governor General on the date. I was just giving that information. So then you can read from there right through. And that all I'm saying, instead of people saying this and people saying that, can we have the opposition spokesperson and local government election come out? Because we kind of sound people saying this, people saying that. It's a bit confusing to some persons. So I think we could leave this now and let some spokesperson and local government come and educate us, because I'm getting this information from that person. So it's a bit misleading.
Based on what I'm just
sound.
Yes, somebody just sent me something a while ago, and based on what I am reading, it's not every part of the act has been signed off on, especially the part we make reference to.
That's
if
what
there's
I was
a
getting
tie
to,
break.
That's what I was telling Kamara. Perfect.
Yes, so the
That's what I'm telling you, because I am looking at
the Governor General indeed.
Yeah, I am looking at it, Dave. I agree with you.
But this one me I read right here, so in front of me, the part of it that speaks to if a municipal corporation becomes tied, whether by death or somebody resign or whatever the case may be, that part was omitted from the act. Them not add that to the act. It wasn't added to it at all.
So if that has not been added to the new act, so how could Desmond McKenzie be quoted from the act then?
Disingenuous. Me not like this at all.
If the act was enacted and running in law, we wouldn't have to be, having selected mayors. We have to be more voting for mayors. So the
exactly.
Act, right.
The act has not been gazetted, so it has not been passed into law. Even though it has been passed in Parliament, it has not been into law now. And that is what the PNP was relying on, the old act, because they know that the new act was not gazetted, so you could not quote from it. Because I don't think the PNP would have instituted a new law and then go back and want to surpass the new law which they would have put in. So they must have been referring to the old law instead of the new one.
So Uncle Blair, are you suggesting that maybe in the future, hold on there, I'm getting a feedback from somebody. So are you suggesting that it seems like in the future, what is happening in Portmore, we're going to have to go replicate what's happening in Portmore to avoid all of these confusion?
That is what the new act represents.
That is what the new act, what the PNP proposed. That's why the Labour them don't want to sign off on it. The whole entire Portmore to be replicated right around. right? Because what Desmond is quoting was saying that we passed in 2016. I look at the 2016 Act and it is not there. He might cherry pick and then in quote from the old Act and then say, we sign off on it.
What I would want, Kashi, if I want one of my students to go and look, is to see if the Act was recently gazetted after the November 22nd by-election. Because I want to know how Desmond McKenzie is quoted that part of the law in the new Act without it being gazetted.
You know what me feel like what happen right now as we speak? I feel the PNP, the one side, are put together a press conference to come denounce what was just said this morning. Because
thank you, Jay.
Yeah, because
thank you.
Me not think the PNP are gonna sit down and make Desmond run with this and corrupt the people in mind and make we feel like say, I mean, we put this into like the thing. No, me not understand what going here, so me not understand honestly. Me not
because if you are going to quote one section of the 2016 Act, that means to say all of the acts passed by Parliament since 2016 must be acted upon.
True. We are asking members of the People's National Party, Nikisha Burchell, Donna Scott Matley, and all the top brass, if even by 2 o'clock this afternoon, set up one press conference because we have to denounce what was said earlier this morning. We have to, because I not believe not what Desmond just say. You can't pick out and to suit. You have to speak with clarity, so in the interest of the people, not to, make your side look good. You are the government, you must make the people them know what's happening, and based on what Desmond just said, and we as, we gonna do research, and the researchers show we something different than what Desmond just said. So we need the hierarchy of the People's National Party to put together, right? Because she said
when me see a while ago, when me listen to Desmond a while ago, you know, when him come with I just something just sweep on I carpet to me, you know.
True, and but you see what I'm trying to do, him say speak to the Attorney General, likewise somebody else, and that is the interpretation they gave to him. So basically
that is what he came and say, but they no go so. He exactly. Could speak to the Attorney General and he come with them and misinformation. Can't work so. Them just have fixed something enough for them position. Can't work like that.
Comrade Blair.
I feel blame him. You can't blame him.
Yeah, hold on, Ocean. Let me hear what Comrade Eagle said.
You, myself, and Comrade Richard, we have gone through this prior to the local government election last year. And
thank you. Thank you. We spent more than a month looking. We have spent more than a month looking at the Act, and we come to the conclusion that, and the question we ask at the end of looking at it is why the minister did not gazette the Act. And now we hear the minister come out now to quote from the said Act which he has not gazetted. That lead me to believe that the minister, I could be wrong, secretly gazette the Act after November 22nd elections.
Yes.
That's why I want somebody to research that and see if that is what he did.
It is possible. It's very deceptive. Just before I let Paul up.
Let me just say one thing.
All right. Go ahead.
It's on page 73 of the Local Government Act of 2016. It says, in the event of a tie, section 5, in the event of a tie in the votes in the course of electing a chairperson of the municipal corporation, the principal returning officer shall have a casting vote and exercise that casting vote in favor of the councillor who has the support of the majority of the councillors who are members of the political party that receive the majority of the votes cast in the area
within the jurisdiction of the municipal corporation in preceding election held pursuant to this schedule, and thereafter preside over the election of
You
Hello?
see what is happening now? So that means you say there is ambiguity, there is other interpretation, because I don't think that Mackenzie quote from that section.
Went to 19. He avoided that and went to 19.
I went to 19. Exactly.
Yeah.
And
but is
the People's National...
You're telling Joe Williams to pack up the bag and go, because it's going to be a year. And a year is 12 calendar months, not 13 months, 12 calendar months. So the last meeting should have been for you in January, right? Unless you want to say that he was sworn in March, then his last meeting should be in February, which is the 12 months. So light up. If you get that, we spend one full month going through this act here.
Yeah,
like
but
exactly.
Eagle, the fact that the minister, right, came out and shared this information. At the end of the day, you know, the governor, what you call it, the attorney general no look bad, you know, and him as the minister go look bad, you know, because up to now we don't hear the attorney general speak, you know. And him, this man, are gonna look bad. It are gonna look bad if he come out and deceive the people like that this morning, you know. Louis,
he's taking the
So where you
clarification from the
Where
Attorney
is
General, which is the government lawyer.
Yes, better.
Derek McCoy, who was appointed by the Jamaica Labour Party. I am expecting a press conference from the People's National Party and for their lawyers to interpret what has been said, because we may not be lawyers, but we are educated people who have studied especially the Local Government Act.
I was a bit perturbed earlier, you know. But you know, me I look into things and I say maybe the People's National Party deliberately stand by waiting to see the approach the government would take on this matter. So now that we sit down and we hear the interpretation from the local government minister, right? And we hear why I'm say where this tie is concerned. Now the PNP can make them move. So maybe it was deliberately sit out by the People's National Party and wait to hear what them are going to come with.
Exactly, because something is not right. Something don't right. Something don't right. And we have no proof to say that the act has been gazetted.
Exactly. Let me welcome Louis and then Elder. Good morning, Louis Ferguson. What on?
Well, so do
why would they pacify out something, you know? Why you can't make out of the situation here?
Well, me don't want me hear you say something about Comrade Green and poisoning. I want to bring up I must bring the attention that the labor right them love to poison people. Just like how they poison Donald Sangster, they make off a Shearer I've had you, Shira.
Please say allegedly, please, for the sake of the platform.
Yeah,
Please say allegedly.
Allegedly. And they make offer you, Shira, and Michael Manley save him. Save Shira. Because they turn off, they have a cocktail party, and when they turn off the light, Michael Manley and Shira sit on one table. And Michael Manley covers Shira drink and cover his drink, and the liquid drop on Michael Manley's hand. And in space of about a few minutes, few seconds, the light come on back, and the liquid was on Michael Manley's hand. And Michael Manley get up and say, Shira, come. And tell it the people them say, do not poison him where I am. So there are a bunch of people that love to poison their own. Just like what you said, you heard of Comrade Green.
Yes.
It's alleged that that's what I heard of about Donald Sangster.
Yes.
And I heard of they make after you, Shira, and Dr. Dawes. So
God.
it is possible. It is possible. That's what they are about.
Yes.
To poison their own because of power.
Boy, may I tell you, serious times ahead. Serious times.
I think you must remember that. Recall that here, because I think he's old enough to remember that.
I remember the whole happening surrounding everything. I understand, but we're not discussing that this morning. We are just trying to interpret the local government thing. So let us just keep on that track.
All right. I agree with you. Man, but it didn't break up from yesterday, and I wanted to come on yesterday while I was listening, but I couldn't get on. So I come now to update the whole situation.
I appreciate it. Big up yourself, Louis.
Yeah,
Big up yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah. So respect, Louis. A long time I hear from you, though, Louis. When you speak, let me tell you what happens. Is that everybody?
Yep. You might not hear from me, but I'm on the program every day. Every single day. Brother.
Long time. True.
Yeah.
Let me say hear from you now. A long time I hear your voice.
Sometimes I type in, and I'm predicting that we're gonna take 50 seats. And I type it in, although I don't say it, but I'm saying it in public now. That's when the time comes. One of the year when Pusha win, I don't remember. I predicted, and it did happen. How much seat
2 for
was
1.
gonna win?
It was 2 for 1. 42-21. 2
yes,
for 1.
I think that was it the year.
Yeah, 2011.
And I'm predicting it now that we're gonna get 50 seats.
Jesus Christ, sexy K. We're going to win our garden too. Over Babsy. Lord God, your body.
Well, you see, when it comes to Babsy, where Babsy is, Ripton McPherson won that seat. And then after Ripton McPherson, I was living in that constituency at the time. Derek Haven come and win it. And a guy named Williams.
But Louis, that when the PMP them did occupy over Taspen. You know, since I run out the PMP, them and I run them out, them never gain control of it again. You forgot? We can't win that, man. Fly high or fly low. We give that to them. We will never win that. That was when the PMP did strong in the high-rise building over Taspen. Yeah, but since them run you out.
No, I'm going to tell you. Granville Williams beat Derek Haven. And then Eddie run with Granville Williams and give it to Bruce. And that's from when Spanish Town mashed down completely. Because the dance them rise up. You have Flingfoot Johnny.
All right, Louis, stick up in the car. I want to get back on track with the local government. Okay. But big up yourself and see that highlight. But I want to hear what Elder, because Elder have been waiting for a little while. I want to hear the Elder 2 cents. The deception that just happened a short while ago within the press conference. Elder Roy Martin, what you make out of this situation by the minister? Yes.
Good morning, teacher, and good morning to everyone on the panel.
Yes, man.
Well, as for me, I am so dismayed, knowing to the fact that the council down there had made it clear from day one that there will be no peace, right?
Yes.
And I heard our comrade leader said he is going to look into it pertaining to where the law is concerned. And my party allow me and all of us over this side that a labor is going to come out this man and slap me in our face. Me vex about that.
True.
Totally upset about that.
Yes, stick up
Right?
in the area, stick up in, hold your point. Comrades, I'm just getting to understand that the lawyers representing Party General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell just made a statement, and it is saying that dancehall artist Clifford Smith, more popularly known as Mr. Vegas, has been given 48 hours to apologize to Dr. Dayton Campbell and enter into settlement discussions for payment of damages after making a series of damaging posts on social media. According to attorney at law Sheena Stubbs Gibson, who is representing Campbell, and a preemptive apology issued by Smith on Monday is unacceptable. The entertainer was served with a pre-action letter yesterday. Stubbs Gibson said Smith's comments are to be retracted and an apology issued in terms to be agreed by her and Campbell, following which he should begin discussions to settle. Smith removed the post alleging wrongdoing by Dayton Campbell, the opposition PNP General Secretary, from his social media, and on Monday issued an apology. Attention, I would like to apologize publicly to Dr. Dayton Campbell for unflattering remarks I may have made about him at any time. I confirm that I do not have any information or facts about my improper behavior or activity regarding Mr. Campbell. Therefore, I apologize for any such allegations that may have been made, Mr. Vegas said. The post followed a nationwide news network story concerning allegations that senior members of the People's National Party corruptly directed the use of taxpayers' money to fund the party's election campaign. The report, he realizing what was coming, preempted us and issued some form of apology on Twitter, but that's unacceptable. And therefore, we went ahead and issued our formal request for an apology, said Stubbs. Smith is said to have made the post between January 31st and February 2nd, which included a repost from an account described as Bro God War Room, Digital Warrior. In the letter served on Mr. Smith, Stubbs Gibson said there is no truth to the allegations, asserting that the posts were false, defamatory, and malicious, and have caused tremendous injury to Campbell's reputation as a medical doctor and a public figure. Demands have been made on Smith to remove all offending posts relating to Mr. Campbell, refrain from making any other defamatory post, issue an apology, and enter into discussions for settlements. Failure to comply with the above-mentioned request within 48 hours of the date of this letter will result in us commencing legal proceedings against you on behalf of our client, the February 4 letter from Stubbs Gibson said. Demands have been made on Smith to remove all offending posts, and failure to do so within 48 hours, they will proceed with charges. We are looking at all publications to decide on the way forward. we have noted several flagrant instances of defamatory posts from Mr. Vegas. We are recording them. The step that we have taken with Mr. Smith is the first, but well may not be the last, the attorney said. Further, the attorney said several persons have been making very irresponsible and defamatory posts on social media, which are being tracked. She said, a decision is to be made on how to proceed. So it is getting serious, Jamaica. It is getting quite serious. Continue, Elder Martin. Thank you for waiting.
Yes, brother. That is not to say for one bit I believe in nothing that Desmond Mackenzie come out and say.
Yes.
And as all of us is advocating this morning for clarity from our side so that we all can understand and the public can understand. Because we always preach on our side that our argument must full of integrity and truth. And if we over here beating and this man come out and saying these things, it's as if we are misleading the public over here, which I don't want not like that to be said about our platform. And that is the reason why I am so vexed that I do not get no one from our hierarchies to come out from such time until this time. You understand? And I trust and hope as I hear Comrade Blair is saying that he believed that, and Comrade, our teacher is saying it also, that he believed that the PNP is getting some of his heavyweights together to have a press conference. Yes, we need it, and we need it now. Because a little from this, over that side, the platform is going to full up and saying that is we make the law, and we pass it, and we do this, and we do that, and we are fighting.
True,
right?
true.
And I don't want that over here so at all.
That's right.
And I feel bad about it. And the next thing, a little clause there, what I'm seeing, what I heard Desmond Mackenzie said. I won't be a correction because I don't understand what in the party too much. To what he said about the vote of no confidence and the mayor will have a vote. That simply means there will be a tie. So I'm looking at it that he's saying under no circumstances we can't move the mayor because it's got tie again and
Exactly.
we can't move again to the general election.
Exactly. And that me get from why I must try if he say because he make it clear so the mayor also have a vote.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, you know. Because if I 11 council in the PNP and 11 in the Labour Party, but the PNP has the majority and them are going to vote for no confidence. What Desmond just said is that him not think the mayor is going to vote against him own self.
Right.
So anyway you take it, based on what Desmond come tell the people, him say is Joel is not going anywhere whether no confidence vote or not. That is the impression he give.
That's how I look at it, teacher.
Yeah, that's the impression him give. And him back up why I must say with the Attorney General to make it seems like it's legality and a legal thing him a talk about. Very deceptive.
Yeah, like him see counsel before him can talk.
Exactly. Exactly.
Lord Jesus Christ, but we have planned the platform, we have Comrade Eagle, Comrade Blair, Comrade Howard, and all those people on the platform. You know, you understand, and those people, them understand the thing, you know, and them all of we need them academia help try out too.
But what I'm saying, Elder, and Howard and Uncle Blair, everybody on the platform, me not understand. What happened to what good for the goose, good for the gander? Like if something like this happened in the KCMC where there is a tie and the popular vote assumes the mayorship, isn't that the same thing happening at Clarendon? So how there is something different now where you have to go sit down one
thing. The same
year
situation with two different results?
Me not understand. They need to come educate the people and make the people them know the laws of this country. Cause me not get it, me not understand.
You don't understand either, teacher. The same thing, and then you have two different answers to the same thing. Eh? Down at Kingston, popular vote. And down this one, you are telling me it is a different definition for the popular vote down there. So I don't understand. You don't come out, come talk to you, man.
Again, I don't know if it kind of nice when me there. What happened in Nigeria is the law where Desmond a quote from are the old law, and it speaks specifically in the event if there's a fresh election.
Was there a new law was there a new law that came about after 2015? The last law we come out was 2015, not true?
2016.
Right, so the issue is if it is not gazetted, even though it's signed off, it have to be gazetted.
Yeah, Walan. So what you're basically saying, because what Desmond just come talk about is what happened is the law from 2015. But the specifically where it is speaking about where there is a tie, that not in the new gazetted thing, that is in the old law, but Desmond a mix up the 2015 law with the old one, and
exactly. But the new law never speaks about by-election. It speaks about direct election. So what he did now, he intertwined old and new. What he's talking about by-election, that is one for 200 years ago. That's the old law. So it's being deceptive.
Boy, me I tell you. Stick up in there, make me hear what Tasha Wagwan, Uncle Cole, line up yourself. Tasha, you there? Hello, Tasha, are you there? T? Tasha not ready yet. Dr. the Honorable Orin Cole, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Me no need to want to raise up your blood pressure, but you hear what go on, Mr. Cole?
That won't jerk me none at all. Just remember this.
Yes.
Just remember this. We have the best lawyers in the party.
Yes.
Statement will soon release.
Yes.
Right? So don't have any blood pressure over it.
True.
Is greedy dog, see them shredder with bone in a water and let go the bone. Team shadow. That's Desmond Mackenzie. Right?
True.
So don't make them come out and derail. Because that's what they want to do. To derail.
I agree.
The spokesperson and local government, Dr. Angela Brown-Burke, and I know that she's on the phone right now with the team.
Well, and Mr. Cole, is it Dr. The last time I checked, Brown-Burke is Foreign Affairs and Natalie Nita Edley's local government. So Natalie needs to come out, come talk.
Natalie Nita Edley. Yes. Right. Natalie Nita Edley.
Right.
And I know, right, that she will be coming out with a press conference.
Yes.
And as I said, our time is not God time. Right? So we may need it now, but they have to go and look through the laws. That's when they come and open their mouth. The Jamaican people will see once more how dirty and corrupt the Jamaica Labour Party is to hold on to power.
Yes. And stick up in there, comrades. I'm not sure. When we wrap up the program, y'all can go listen back to the press conference for ourselves. But I could heard the Minister of Local Government Election, after I'm finished with the Clarendon Municipal Corporation, he went on to speak about the indigent homes where Andrew give out. And the man make it clear, say, even though the houses are being handed over to Jamaicans, the houses are not ours. The man said the house not belong to the people and where it hand out to. Because if someone passed away,
the clip can play it.
Yes.
Then play that part, then make we break it down for them.
Comrade Dre, my phone a echo, so me I go jump out.
Big up yourself, Uncle Blair. Blessings.
Yeah,
Blessings.
man. I will join back later on.
Yes, get some charge and come back.
Yeah.
Jamaica.
Just a little part the J when we talk about the houses. Can we want to house, you know?
The man just said me make sure make up a point, me make sure mark it down in my notebook. The man say the house is not ours. If you passed away, the house is returned to the government where it can be handed over to another indigent person.
Play back that part there.
That's why me have to go ting it on YouTube now and pull it up. But as him says so, me say what? And me make sure mark it. And that me hear him say, the man said the houses are not ours. And if you passed away, the house is returned to the government.
Well, some would have tell them, some would have said.
Well, on the Lewis. Well, on the Lewis.
Well, on 1 second. Yeah, all right. Some would have said they are dead spot. And this spot is and this man show it up this morning.
Yes. Quite so. Quite so.
That can only work if the land belongs to the government. For remember, Jay, under the act, the law doesn't recognize house. It recognizes land.
True.
So if you have a sweetheart and you encourage her to build pan fair motherland, Mama Pitney, everybody can run you off and off your house. It recognizes land. So that is a concept. Again, it shows you said this man is a despot. Make them consume me. For there is no way a Carly can talk about building something on family land and then you talk about put another person on it. You only can do that on crown land where you draft up all of those agreements with it.
Because when it start out, me know how foolish it is say. So the balance go right down to the end. That's why I asked Jay if he could have pull it up and play that part.
Play
That's
Dre.
Man,
When they play, you get to ride them more.
Yeah, I'm looking on it. So just continue talk until I find it. Just go on with the conversation. May I look it up right now?
Yes, sir, Dr. Cole. Again, it shows say that is what is beating the labor right them right now in terms of blogging. There are a set of people who just make up pay nice and talk about shower labor right, and they can't interpret the act. For we looking at the road traffic at the local government act, and we definitely say, Desmond, I read from the old act, and then in at the end, inside we write it. It is a lie. And again, if you talk about the house no belongs, that can only work if the government own the lands. It can't work in a private land. For we have seen it so often.
That's why I said, when they bring it up, I'm going to get to dissect it and cut it up and show the Jamaican people. Right?
So the only thing the government can do, well, under Dr. Cole, the only thing the government can do, if you own the land and you give it to your granny, permission to live, and them say them want to give back somebody, they only can sue on the grounds of how you acquire the house. And they know that is a civil matter. For example, now you say, well, then give me back the money when we pay for the house on that grounds. But to forcibly remove someone and talk about you putting another person, that is a constitutional challenge.
But it could not happen, so neither, Howard. It could not happen, so now. That's impossible where I said it can't happen so because you build a house on a personal land, a person documentation represent anything where you put there. You understand me?
But J Mike, right? That's why I want the tape to play before I go in law.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah.
Because the Prime Minister came out and by his word, it never use a meeting upon this now, you know.
Yeah.
That in his
yeah.
It is the taxpayer money he might take and a give. So me if he provide the land and him build panic, it is a gift I receive.
Okay. That's why
So
I tell Jay say, that's why I tell Howard say, he could never be like
that. Him have no care to stand up with.
Him not have nothing. You just give a man a thing and I just that. You donate something to a man and it depend on the man land, so just so it go. You have nothing to do with that. The car that look like saying you
and the president is saying no.
Take away them out.
If this man says so, you know, it is to show you say this government is a tricksters.
Yeah. You call that land thief if you ever come back, come take out things to really get to an next person where I know fee name in the title and not like that. And you as a government are going to have that illegality.
All the houses were food to the poor give, you know. The thousands of houses were food to the poor give. Food to the poor one day can come and take them back then.
That's where me I try to go with it. And you cannot take back. It's impossible to take back of that, may I say. Because
me have couple too. Me have couple where me that go back and say, look here. Like how that person you did and that person you need somewhere to live. Can you the grandchildren then can move out, please?
Let me tell you something that
me have couple where hand out.
Let me tell you something.
Mikey, hold on, Mikey. You know why I'm saying so? You have a part down at Denantown where they call name Board Villa.
Yeah, know,
the government own the land. See, I got it buy out the black there. So you see when they want somebody dead, them can't put anybody. So you want to try to implicate and replicate that all over. I know Tivoli this. I know Denantown.
Let me have to tell something. Then that place there, not this man them run that place there.
Right, perfect.
Yeah.
What they call Board Villa.
Yes.
Peer board house there. Peer food to the poor.
It because them move when them move people from anywhere. That's so them carry them go put them anytime somebody that rather migrate or deceased or whatever.
That is it.
Yes.
That is it.
Right.
So and as one old people dead, as somebody who can't afford it, and they move them and put them. So
right, because right, Jay, exactly too. Because me I tell you say, look at when them attack say them relocate you. Most of them places people come from this or this, so them bring them carry go. You understand, Jay? So me know what me I say. Me see that, me know that. I know that. I see a lot of people that don't.
So me glad all your family are done.
Of course, then me not. But me I tell you a place where me going to have a relative there, you know, so me can tell you that about evidential fact. Me attack. Me tell you, man. Me I tell you, say me see people that when they come from there, live there. So I know exactly where me I tell you, say a facts. Me I tell you. So probably they would want to come with them tricks and the people and say, do you so say boy. Them build a house and you saw them response to them so they can remove, put in where them install people where they want and whatever. This government here just feel Jamaican people. Just every day them come up with something different. Because when Mr. Mackenzie come as a contact that them I see I know me I try to look through that. I mean, I see what it did because number one, me not hear no law like where I say, go there. So that could never ever sound right to me. That's so.
Returning officer. What he's referring to is the whole act. From once a year, use the word returning officer for vote.
Yes.
That are from 200 years ago. This man is a deceptive and a liar.
Yeah, of course, and that's what him always do. That man, they mash up enough people place and talk about people can't stay. You know, let me tell you this here, man. Go them man, they go, man. Then why them man, they just decide to just stay in Jamaica and bring down Jamaica. And go on like them do something. They are not, them where them do, them just a disingenuous to people of Jamaica.
Hey, good afternoon. Well, good morning to everybody. Blessings to everybody on the panel.
Big up, Jamaica. Big up.
Blessings to you. You know, people, we have to look at the Constitution, what governs us. You see, Vegas, the first thing I would say to Dayton Campbell about Vegas, he needs to come publicly and apologize. We want a video from him to say that he had brought up story against the GenSec unjustly based on bias and personal feeling rather than merit. And it was something that also damaged the brand of the People's National Party. The integrity of himself and the Jamaica Labour Party is on the floor because he is an active member.
Just a second, Jamaica. I think I found
that has benefited
just a second.
Hundreds of Jamaicans, hundreds of families across this country. What is disturbing, the last 2 houses that we handed over was in the constituency of the leader of the opposition. And there is a newspaper article raising concerns about an indigent house that was handed over and talking about sewage. Now, how do you link the handing over of an indigent house with an ongoing sewage system in Kingston that has been there for many years? What are you saying? Is that we took a decision to provide a house instead of correcting the sewage situation? That is not true. And the question I'm asking, why is it that persons are failing to acknowledge and to give credit to the government of Dr. Andrew Holness for the job that we have been doing in providing affordable houses for persons who, by law, and the Prime Minister have spoken about it, but the Prime Minister is the Minister of Housing. And under the Housing Act gives the Prime Minister the right to declare and to build any areas that he considers. And the Ministry of Local Government, we have conducted this exercise without any political consideration. Every single parish in Jamaica has benefited from our indigent housing programs. We continue to provide support to the councillors for indigents, to repair houses, to do all the things that are necessary. It is our responsibility. Poor relief is critical to Jamaica's survival. We continue to provide shelters for the homeless. We spend millions of dollars improving the facilities in our infirmaries, in our drop-in centers, in our night shelters. Every parish in Jamaica will have a night shelter where persons can go and get some comfort. These are initiatives that started under the government of Dr. Prime Minister Andrew Holness. And I take strong exception to anyone who question the right of the government to do what the government is elected to do. There are areas of the Auditor General's finding that we have taken into consideration, and we have considered the fact that the reporting mechanisms in some of the MCs have been lacking, and we have been working with the Auditor General's department to correct it, and we have made significant strides over the last couple of months to improve how we provide these information. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give the country the assurance that we are building these indigent houses because the law requires that we do so. It is the responsibility of local government. There are no duplications. Local government is clear, our responsibilities are clear, and I am proud that this administration has taken the bold step in providing housing solutions. We have some 20-odd houses presently under construction. 6 are in the pipeline to be handed over. And we have provided more money in last year's budget, and we are looking to provide more money in this year's budget to roll out an important feature of dealing with the poor in this country. I stand proud to say that we will defend and continue to provide reliable, indigent housing for those who are in need. I thank you.
Well, on there, guys, because it seems as if we missed the part where he spoke out against, right? When it comes down to indigent house. Me know me hear it clear where the man said the house does not belong to the people. In case somebody dies, the house go right back to the government. Me hear him say so me go and just see if me can fast forward.
Teacher, know yourself what that the man say.
Yes, I heard it clear. I heard it clear.
Try find it, Dre, because I wouldn't want to try find it and let us hear it.
True. Keep the conversation going. Make me search for it.
So, if this man said that, right, we'd have to look at the contract. If when you apply for it, what you signed to, if the land were severe off and a turnover of title must happen after you did. So the actual material, so you will it back to the government.
So what about availability on crown land? It would be transferable?
No, if you build on crown land, right? I don't know about the government, but me know food for the poor don't build on land unless you have a permission.
And for the record, one another call. For the record of the younger audience and for those that would like to find out what is crown land, you can explain to them.
That's government owned land. It's owned by the crown. So they call it crown land. Right? Eagles of the Adam, back to up on your eagle when this
Indigent program. I want to make it clear this morning
Let me come down my key.
that the functions of local government is vested in the Constitution of Jamaica. In Jamaica's Constitution, poor relief is written. And all the functions that we undertake in terms of our indigent housing program is vested by law. It is not something that this administration instituted in 2016. The difference in this administration is that we have lifted the standards of indigent housing that we provide to persons across the country. It is the responsibility of local government, and I want to make it clear that these programs apply to a set of individuals who are registered under the Poor Relief Act. Beneficiaries of those houses are registered, investigated by the Poor Relief Department, and once they meet the criteria under the Poor Relief Act, they are provided with an indigent housing solutions. The houses remains the property of the municipal corporations. So if someone dies, the municipality retains the right of the house and it is passed on to someone who is in need. There is no duplication of the services provided by the Ministry of Local Government. The law is
stop. You hear that for yourself? So the house no belong to the people, them the indigent houses. When you see the Andrew go round and I give out to the people, them were less fortunate. It no belongs to them. So if that person pass off, that house cannot given to them pitney or them pitney. It returns to the municipal corporation.
Finish that part there, Dre. The most important part, finish it. There's no duplication. Finish that part, Dre.
And there is no duplication, exactly.
Well, Anna Dre, so what you get from it now? Help me now.
The government
deceived. The government deceived those who put up the title and don't explain to them in the fine print.
Exactly. So when you think Andrew
deception.
It's a deception. The Minister of Local Government just tell Jamaica that the houses not belong to the indigent people.
Yes.
Somebody passed away, the house returned to the municipal corporation.
So you know what that means now, Jay? That lien is registered on the title by the Minister of Local Government.
Howard, hold on, because my father just entered and he just said to me that nothing can go so. So I'm going to play it for my father to hear as well. But Daddy, you just tell me say nothing no go so and it is there.
I didn't say nothing no go.
Hold on, they make me pass this because the whole Jamaica hear what you say. Hold on.
What I'm saying.
Comrades, we see that there's something going on within the government, right? And Desmond is now coming and talking the truth. Because he spoke two truth this morning, one about the houses and one about the
duplication. Well on the ego.
Right.
Well on the Dre, well on the Morgan. Dre, see that clip in there because not in the ministry like they register a lien on the title without telling the people. So we want that to explain to the people because it can be true. Because if you give the lien and give permission, they can go ahead and register a lien on the title. Just like how you don't bequeath the title and said that my children's mother, she can't own the house, but she can live there until she died. Nobody can move her. So clearly, again, the Prime Minister deceived the people. We want the tape there. I need it.
Because most of the houses have been built on the recipient's land. So how can you juxtapose it with the ownership by the government? How can that be possible? Because the minister just said there is no duplication. And for him to say there is no duplication, that means houses that the Prime Minister, houses that the local government, and houses that the Labour Ministry construct fall under one umbrella and one law guarantees or cover all of those houses.
And that's why I said we'd have to see the contract if there is a lien against the title in fine print.
No, something not right. Comrade, something not right.
Listen, something not right. Well, Sir Blair, the only thing not right is deception. The minister right. The minister right said the house belongs to them and can move in another Indigent. Them never tell us they never claims the land, But what they do, they juxtapose it and trick the title holder as if helping are fallen relatives. While they don't explain to them and say, when the person is dead, we can take in one other labor right that should be in there.
So you're
it
telling me,
clearly understood.
Howard.
Yes.
So you're making clear is
Morgan. Just a second there, Morgan. Let me just make it clear for those persons who are just joining. 365 persons listening. I just want to play it one more time for the people in which I probably say not no go so. Now listen clearly, the Minister of Local Government local government.
Poor relief.
That he has said to stop talking the whole people.
All the functions that we undertake in terms of our indigent housing program is vested by law. It is not something that this administration instituted. in 2016. The difference in this administration is that we have lifted the standards of indigent housing that we provide to persons across the country. It is the responsibility of local government, and I want to make it clear that these programs apply to a set of individuals who are registered under the Poor Relief Act. Beneficiaries of those houses are registered, investigated by the Poor Relief Department, and once they meet the criteria under the Poor Relief Act, they are provided with an indigent housing solutions. The houses remains the property of the municipal corporations. So if someone dies, the municipality retains the right of the house and it is passed on to someone who is in need. There is no duplication of the services provided by the Ministry of Local Government. The law is clear. It is our responsibility. Poor relief. And if you go back to when Sir Alexander Bustamante constructed across Jamaica.
So for those of you who are saying, you know, no hear it for yourself, the poor housing solution where Andrea go around and assign land title and house title to the people them, it is a deception.
It is a the people them take their land to distribute labor right for all and upon the people them land.
Exactly. You're going around and you're giving
people. Because the program the Prime Minister is administering is called social housing. Desmond Mackenzie speak of indigent, which is classified as registered poor.
No, comrade.
But let me finish the point. But he go on to say that there is no duplication. So I am left confused by him using the word no duplication.
And what's that mean? Give me a meaning.
Duplication
means no want your family.
Nobody can get it.
Your family.
Exactly.
No, duplication mean hold on, Mr. Cole. Duplication mean the project is the same. That is what it means. It is the same. So my interpretation means thank you, Eagle. Meaning the same. So the one constructed by the Prime Minister, which is named social housing, the other one were constructed by the Labour Ministry, we call indigent housing, and the one constructed by the local authority, which is the third one. So if there is no duplication, that means all three of them fall under one banner as indigent housing.
Thank you. And Comrade Blair, the same social housing, right? The indigent housing. Remember that PNP that gave 500. Andrew was
Well, answer Cole before you go further. Kashif is saying that he has looked at the law, and the law does not explicitly say that. Because remember, Desmond Mackenzie say by law. And Kashif said, just look at the law a while ago, and the law does not explicitly say that.
Never right. So, because that will be a thing.
The law itself now speaks specifically for that, but there are provisions where an indigent who have asset and becomes a charge to the state by law, the state can recover whatsoever cost it takes to look after the individual and recover it. So I'm not saying Desmond is lying, Desmond is talking the truth. But the truth of the matter is they have deceived the Jamaican people, and a lot of people who willingly put up their property for these people are going to give it a second thought Because the truth of the matter is a lien is placed on the title. As long as you live, you can't tell them if you put out or put in at that house.
So before you
and
go
that is
Howard,
deception.
Under the law, Kashif.
Under the law, Kashif. Hold on, Jamaica. Under the law. Under the law. If you have money, well on, Mikey, man. I learn. You know, intertwine and discuss, man. You wait till somebody finish and then you talk. But this is new now. Well on, man. Mark your point and write it down, man. You don't break in a conversation. Under the law.
All right, boy.
If the government take you and put in an infirmary, and your people then take you and throw you out of your own house, with the intention say you're dead and get, and once they register you as a registered poor, and the government search and find out say you have asset, you have money in the bank, you have car or whatsoever, and the state care for you, they can recover that money. Hold on the house and or the car. So that is what they secretly do. The people them who put it like them things inside, unintentionally. You can continue.
Am I to understand then, Howard, that I have a piece of land and I put it up to help some people, right? And the government would have gone ahead and construct these houses, indigent houses for me on my piece of land. Now, if I want to use the collaterals, use the land as collateral to probably go for a loan or something of the sort to use as collaterals, is it the understanding that that cannot be so now because the land now belongs to the crown, the government?
No, there's a lien on the property. There should be a lien on it.
There should be, but I don't know if there is. I don't hear the clarification of whether or not it is. Well, if I can't remember open now, you know.
Howard, you break up. See if you can go somewhere else where they can pick up, because you're breaking up, Howard.
Because we need to know the distinction between the social housing and the indigent housing.
That is right.
Yes, that's where we need to know the clarification.
There is no duplication. There is no duplication.
I understand, but if you notice,
Mr. Blair.
Yes.
Mr. Cole, what you mean by there is no duplication?
Well, that is what the minister said.
All the program, the three housing program are the same. That's what him said.
Yeah, there is no duplication. I mean, everything would be the same.
Everything govern under the same law.
Right.
So whether indigent house or social housing, all of them is the same.
All of them.
That is what duplication.
That's where we want the clarification.
Govern under the same law where nobody owns them.
What I would want the government to specifically speak on is the whole aspect of social housing. Because social housing are the houses that are built on the recipient's property.
What I would recommend here on, can we get somebody, the opposition spokesman on this matter to bring clarity? Because we're opening some cans that can just create more confusion than bring forth clarity. Is there any way we can get somebody from the party to explain?
I need to answer something, because I know that
stop cut off each other and make the people them keep cutting out each other. Just make one person talk at a time. Now somebody start to talk and say, hold on, and a butt in. Allow one person to finish what they must say. No, please. It's sound away.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead, Mr.
Yeah, you didn't ask to clear this part now. How can that
What?
Who's
talking?
Yeah.
Howard, you break up. You break up.
Yeah, Jay?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead now. Yeah, go ahead now. Yes.
Dre, a deception. All of the house them where you see a cut, the minister talks straight up at the same program. The family member them who put up the property were deceived. Because the government have that act where once it's a registered poor, it belongs to them. I agree. So it's in agreement with the minister or the local government minister or the municipality. It all depends.
So it's in agreement with the law?
Yes. Similar like if your children put you out of your house and then investigate and find out that house and you becomes a charge to the state, the local government can recover that money. Take the house or whatsoever, anything at all they have, similar what is happening in other further country. But what we are totally looking at is the Prime Minister going as the people them who time don't say the person allowed to so when
Howard, you break up, brother, bad. You're breaking up, Howard. Find one next location now, you break up, man. See if you can find somewhere else and thing, you break up.
Are we then to anticipate some form of press conference from the PNP? Because if this clarity is necessary and important as what we are hearing here, we need to hear what because if we're saying the government is deceptive in their utterance, we have to know here from our side to ensure that the clarity is made, because
we're calling on Senator Floyd Morris, the opposition spokesperson on housing, to come and clarify this. So basically everything where the government come talk about this morning in the press conference, whether by the local government election, we want Natalie if he come speak to us where that is concerned. I want Senator Floyd Morris to come and clarify the housing thing, because we can't believe the words just come out of Desmond McKenzie.
It is important that we hear from them.
Yeah, Desmond basically just tell the nation a while ago, say the indigent house where Andrew go around and a cut ribbon and a give people land title. It is not theirs. It belongs to the government. So in case somebody passed away, you can duplicate it and give it to your pitney or your grandpitney. It go return to the government, and then I go find somebody who is poor to give it to somebody else. So the people them have been deceived by this government once more. We need the PNP to put together a conference quick and fast.
Quick and fast, and don't wait as long as they took to deal with the Clarendon municipal issue. It must be dealt with right away.
No. I want the clarification on social housing against indigent housing. Because social housing would be the houses which would replace what the food for the poor used to build.
Honorable Blair, I am saying you want specific on that, man. We want specific on an overhauling of the statement that was made by the Minister of Local Government.
Yeah, exact. I was just speaking on the housing part of it.
All right,
that's the housing part that I was speaking on right now.
Okay.
To the St. Catherine Poor Release Department, right? I was doing a walk one day. I woke up on an old man living in a deplorable condition, and through that, I was able to secure a couple of houses in Damid, up by Bellevue Heights, Red Pan, and around.
On whose land?
On the people them land.
And so now you're telling me with this arrangement with the government, the government construct whatever it is on there. And the people
St. Catherine Poor Relief Department.
And
what we did?
Wait now. Let me just finish that statement. And based on what the minister just said, what we listen to, they construct the houses on the people them land with the people them and all that. And at the end of the day, the people still don't own the land because they constructed the land.
I am not aware of that because when we're doing it, right, we get a letter from the JP, a photocopy of the title, and we bring it to the poor release department, and we do the foundation of the building, and then came and build on it. So what I'm learning today, that those grandchildren of that man that live in that house, I can go and take them out now and say, look here, somebody else can get.
Even though it's their land.
And even though it's their land.
That is dangerous. That is dangerous waters. We need clarification ASAP.
And that wouldn't be lawful. That would not be lawful. Because you cannot hand over my land to somebody else. That wouldn't be lawful.
But that just said by the minister a while ago, a minister of local government.
It's true.
Come on, too much about that, man. Please, man. Make us sound like PMP, not liberate, man.
It's through the poor relief department at the St. Catherine Parish Council. We obtain about 7 hours over 7 years. Right? Because you know the process take a little time. I will not talk about the one and two food for I talk about the poor relief department. You understand?
We need some clarity.
The process is actually the same thing as food for the poor. Right? So what the minister is saying, I don't believe that those people right
Understand.
now.
But comrades, the minister was speaking at a post-cabinet press briefing. This is what was coming out of cabinet. Exactly. So he's speaking about something that is in law. So Dre, play it again. I will listen attentively to his words.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Good talk, Eagle. Good talk.
Yes.
Talk. And make we listen, make we be quiet and listen.
Yes. So let's go again.
Our indigent housing program is vested by law. It is not something that this administration instituted in 2016. The difference in this administration is that we have lifted the standards of indigent housing that we provide to persons across the country. It is the responsibility of local government, and I want to make it clear that these programs apply to a set of individuals who are registered under the Poor Relief Act. Beneficiaries of those houses are registered, investigated by the Poor Relief Department, and once they meet the criteria under the Poor Relief Act, they are provided with an indigent housing solutions. The houses remains the property of the municipal corporations. So if someone dies, the municipality retains the right of the house and it is passed on to someone who is in need. There is no duplication of the services provided by the Ministry of Local Government. The law is clear. It is our responsibility. Poor relief. And if you go back to when Sir Alexander Bustamante constructed across Jamaica something that was called pound a month.
Me really no want to go back in a Bustamante days. You heard it for yourself, Jamaica. All of these indigent homes where you see Andrea go right across the country and a cut ribbon and I say I help poor people. The house them don't belong to the people. The local government minister say, God forbid if somebody die, the same old people will not have it, will get the house. If they should drop out a morning, right? The government is saying that they are going to find another person in need to put in the house. So say, for example, you have one little piece of land and you apply, say you're poor and the government build up the house and the land give you. And you feel like, say, oh, the government help me poor grandmother, me poor grandfather. If God forbid and him drop out a morning, me as the grandson or the granddaughter can occupy it. hear Minister Desmond Mackenzie say that the house belong to the government. So in case that person who get the house passed away, the house is going to return to the government and the government is going to put somebody in that house. This is act of deception.
And which mean are the chosen one for him, the most one way for him. Him I go put there.
Boy, me I tell you.
You can imagine that.
We need clarification.
I agree.
That's right.
We need clarification because something not right.
I agree.
It cannot be.
So Mr. Blair, you hear your time Minister Moutin and Mr. Blair.
I listened to the press conference. I heard the minister from the first statement. You understand?
Yes, but Mr. Blair, one second,
if
Mr.
that
Blair.
is fact, no, hold on, Ochen. If that is factual, then the people would have been deceived. If what the minister said is factual and it apply to the 3 agents of the state, which is providing housing, it would be wrong. And it would be unlawful.
But when I say him says a new law that in the act.
Mr. Blair, I agree with Mikey.
No, of course.
I agree with Mikey. I hit it mean, Mr. Blair. There is no interpretation. I hit it mean, without a doubt.
You know what, nobody.
That is a cabinet decision. It is clear. Yeah, we don't need more interpretation.
The other part, The other part, is that the minister speak of registered poor.
And listen, I said to you now. Pass the point, sir. Hold on, before you go any further.
Let me finish the point. The question I would want to ask, though, is that if those who have gotten the social housing are registered poor.
Just say everything is on that one, Mr.
Well on, Mikey. Again, Mr. Blair, this Prime Minister have a way to duplicate what the PMP put in place and call it a fancy name. Whether it was named social housing, whether it was named free housing, it is the same. Bear in mind, you can't build also able by the people who can work. It must be the most vulnerable, destitute poor, registered poor. For the Prime Minister talk about the social housing, and he said he did intense investigation, and it's not about partisan. So it is clear.
Of course.
It is absolutely clear. All who put up them land title and deceive them. There is no doubt about it. It is clear.
3 card them. That's why this man good for. 3 card the people them. And that quite clear. If a man listen the clip, then go back and give them a clip and then listen it good, then we know exactly what it's for.
With this kind of evidence.
Mikey, that's not 3 card, you know. That's a 6 card.
Okay.
With this kind of evidence, ladies and gentlemen, we have listened and we are coming to some form of conclusion. What then and we can discuss it here now. What then is our counter response to this? Because this is deceptive. And based on what I'm hearing, this is something that can truly affect even me. We have peace of land, but want to help people.
But Morgan, not only that, you know, when the Prime Minister go around and cut these ribbons, if you look and see those persons who are received the house, them sit down right next to the Prime Minister,
yes,
along with the family, and the Prime Minister assign and make the people them assign and I collect them keys and I collect the land title for the house. But how the minister go come out now? Remember the people them all cry tears and say they don't know what it is like to have a land title, you know, and them feel proud, them feel independent. So how the minister come out now and I said these houses no belong to them. If them should drop out a man in the house and go back to the government, and the government is going to find another poor person to put in that house, and that the minister just say, you know.
And
but
so
Jamie don't want to know where them sign to him say on that too. We not try to speak that. So when
Andre, well, I'm Morgan. Andre, normally this man is not a friend of mine, but this time he might tell the truth. It is clear.
True.
This time Desmond tell the truth. The Prime Minister tricked the people them. As what I said before, Dre, if you have house and you put them tray out and the state find out say you have asset and you becomes a charge, them can hold on pan it and to recover whatsoever it takes to keep you alive. And that is practiced right around the world. America, Canada, and the world of the first world then.
Exactly.
It is clear.
Exactly right, sir. Right.
So the conclusion is that we have been deceived.
Yes.
We are.
We don't know apology.
Morgan.
Yes, sir.
Let us formulate the questions which we would ask our party to clarify.
I believe we need clarity.
I will pose the first question. If there is a distinction between indigent houses and social housing. That is my question. Anybody else want to pose a question? They can go ahead.
They call it fine print. They call it fine print, and it's true. Let me hear what Untouchable has to say. Kitty Babswagwan.
Exactly. The man deceived in a fine print.
Yes, good afternoon.
Dear comrades, good afternoon. All right, let me explain something as a comrade though. There are two different housing programs. There is one that is run under the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, which is under Andrew Ministry, right? Those houses are the one that were Andrew run walk and pull ribbons. Now these houses, the lands, it is a little bit tedious, right, to get those houses because the government wants to know that you are the owners for the land. So it's owned by the actual beneficiaries or the descendants of the beneficiaries, right? While the ones that are given to the Ministry of Local Government, which is under Andrew Desmond, those are the indigent houses. They're mostly built on municipal lands. So when the people then get the land, right? When they get the houses, it's usually owned by the parish council. So if them dead, it's still owned by the municipality.
So my sister, we're talking about two different things here.
Thank you, Untouchable. Thank you, because there must be some distinction.
Well, before Sir Blair, I understand Kitty, but on the other hand again now, listen Kitty, if you own the land and you own the house, there is no need to talk about the ownership. There is no need to question the ownership and come talk about if the person is dead.
Right.
That no make it.
Right.
That
So
no
it's
make
not
it because if Paris Kitty, well on. If Paris Council own the house and if them own the land, there is no need to come warn me and tell me say the house belongs to me. Because we don't know that you own already.
Exactly.
So that's why you say well
they can put it in a right name, with the government.
Me not say what you say. It's not true, Kitty, but in the add up. So if you own the land and you own the house, you don't need to come and talk about it. For we know say you own it. One word, the government deceive with. The government deceive with.
You guys are not listening to what the minister said. Play it again and listen word for word what the minister is saying. He simply said that, listen, the program has been there forever.
Right.
In 2016, what they did is modernize the program. Right? They modernize the program. So part of it would have gone to the Prime Minister. The two that would have been with local government and also with the other agency is still there. They play it again, Jay. We hear that they modernize it. That's all they did to it. Modernize the system.
And by modernizing it, what does that mean?
Okay, listen to the minister then.
No, in say it now, we hear that. But the specific into modernization, more have to know.
Okay.
You can't just be throwing around words.
Okay, before Prime Minister.
There must be a distinction between indigent and social housing.
Okay.
And as Untouchable has just said, let me finish the point.
People, I keep on saying, when you hear somebody tap button and say, make somebody just finish nice sound and we people bad. I mean, about force somebody around me and them listen to me and I say, them keep on, I say, Dre, talk to them. Make Mr. Blair finish now, please. Wrap up what you said, Mr. Blaze.
What we need to find out now,
yes,
are the parameters which control the house that is being constructed in the Ministry of Economic and Growth. So them call the ministry. That is the one, the social housing. What is the perimeter surrounding those houses? Because there could be substantial distinction between the indigent and the social housing. Because you see, what we don't want to run with now is to put everything in one basket and to say that the lands which those houses are built on, the government will eventually take it back from the families who get the social housing. We don't want to put that bit of misinformation out there unless we have certainty. Hold on, unless we have certainty, because nowhere in the minister's speech this morning did he mention social housing. All he mentioned is indigent houses. And nowhere, whenever the Prime Minister speaks of housing, he speaks of social housing. That means to say both of them is not the same, even though they are administered by the same government. But that there is a distinction between both set of houses.
All right,
we need to have the clarity right there again.
I'm going to play it for the last time, and based on what the minister said, tell me what to get from what the minister said.
Who sits as the chairman has the right to a vote, and he also has the right to the casting vote. So that in itself answers the question. So if there comes a time when there's a vote of no confidence, nobody would expect that the person with the vote of no confidence is raised against will vote against himself. So I hope that we put an end to that level of misinformation and disruption which has plagued that municipality for the last 3.5 months. I want to turn now to the recent Auditor General's report as it relates to the Ministry of Local Government and the local authorities social housing indigent program. I want to make it clear this morning that the functions of local government is vested in the Constitution of Jamaica. In Jamaica's Constitution, poor relief is written, and all the functions that we undertake in terms of our indigent housing program is vested by law. It is not something that this administration instituted in 2016. The difference in this administration is that we have lifted the standards of indigent housing that we provide to persons across the country. It is the responsibility of local government, and I want to make it clear that these programs apply to a set of individuals who are registered under the Poor Relief Act. Beneficiaries of those houses are registered, investigated by the Poor Relief Department, and once they meet the criteria under the Poor Relief Act, they are provided with an indigent housing solutions. The houses remains the property of the municipal corporations. So if someone dies, the municipality retains the right of the house and it is passed on to someone who is in need. There is no duplication of the services provided by the Ministry of Local Government. The law is clear. It is our responsibility. Poor relief. And if you go back to when Sir Alexander Bustamante.
All right, we don't need to go back in a Buster days. Tell me what you get from that. Want to just listen the minister say.
Let me go first.
Yes, go ahead, Howard.
It is absolutely clear, for there was a critical point where we all miss. Indigent / poor relief houses. That's the start of the sentence. And again, secondly, to support it, the recent Auditor General report that states 3.4 billion was spent by the ministry and only 560 million is accountable. So whether you want to call it this or not, the minister call it the two name. Listen from the top again. Indigent / poor. And I hope that circle and answer the entire thing. Indigent / poor. Auditor General report, which speaks about the Prime Minister house, speaks about the Prime Minister spending for the social housing, how I want to call it. 3.4 billion was allocated, and only 560 million spent. And the Prime Minister said the money there. When the auditor said, well, and him can't show it. So there is no second guess. It is absolutely clear. It is the same program. And one thing it is concluded, the people of Jamaica is deceived. For those family members who want to borrow money, you have a carry title, got the Ministry of Local Government Office, and make them sign off on it in the event of a lien. And those are my few. And I hope Comrade Blair listen to the start of it. Indigent / social housing.
I listen it because I listened from the first statement. But social housing is constructed by central government. Indigent houses is constructed by local government. So there must be a distinction. There must be a distinction.
All right, so Mr. Blair, whether we want to agree or not, it is clear. So the house no belong to the person, it belong to the municipality.
Well,
and that is
what I would be clear on is that the houses which is constructed by the local authority, mainly the parish councils, would belong to the parish councils. The houses which the Prime Minister construct is constructed by central government. That is where I want the clarity.
And that is
and you see, Leonie just made a brilliant point. When Desmond talk about lifting the standard of the house, maybe he mean he lift the or he modernize the house from, you know, like them used to give them board house and start make construct. So when him say uplift the standard, I could have that he mean, you know, instead of give them board house and give them black houses. But let me hear what Kitty have to say. Yes, Kitty, go ahead.
Right. All right. So just to clarify, comrades, is something that I know as a fact that Desmond is only talking about the houses under his ministry, which is the indigent housing, where the municipality owns right through. Now, the ones that the government under the Ministry of Economic Growth, those are owned by the beneficiaries. And the only condition of it is that even if the beneficiary dies, that house still remains with the family and it's not supposed to be rented or sold. So it's two different ministries, two different housing programs. One, the government owns, the other is given to the beneficiary, but it's not supposed to be sold or rented.
What make them idiot always a come on my program, man? Silent River. What you mean by what the PNP plan on doing different? The PNP in a power. What on the kitty? What on the miss? What make you not wait till the PNP go in a power? Them can't do the things. Then when you come you come talk about what the PNP plan on doing different. Why you not lift up from over here, man? People are talking about the deception where Andrew government. Look here, sir. Just stay like a fly on the wall and not say nothing. 350 odd people over here listen. Be like one of them and just listen. So yet every day people have to come out and try to educate the people, and the people which are people vote for put in power to educate the people, them not educate the people, and them left all kind of things to bloggers to come and put out. You know the amount of people yeah open to them something at this afternoon? Eh? I don't have pay money, I pay them. If you open the eyes of people and educate them and them not doing so. You mean if you tell me, say, Andrew, sit down with people and give them land title for your house, and at the end of the day, it don't belong to them, it belong to the government? Eh? And then you know want to tell me otherwise, so that is not deception? How you mean if you tell me? Say you are going to hand over one house to a poor family. And if that poor person passed away tomorrow, no family member can occupy that house. The house are going to hand over to the government.
So that means you're supposed to cut ribbon for them also over this man ministry then. You're not supposed to cut the ribbon and make a big deal out of it after them own it.
Something is not right, Kitty. And we're asking Senator Floyd Morris, the opposition spokesman on housing, put together one press conference as soon as possible. I want to know, go back, go listen to the Fidel Labor Right meeting, and every single thing that was said this morning, you don't have to rebut it. Because if we as the lame person out here can see clearly the deception, can you imagine y'all where people put there to represent us? So we are asking Miss Natalie Nita Headley, opposition spokesperson on local government, come and speak to us in short order. Likewise, Senator Floyd Morris on housing, because clearly something is wrong here. The act of deception is on full display by the Jamaica Labour Party, and enough is enough. We need some answers. Yes, Eagle.
You say, I have known recipients get houses from the Poor Relief Department on their property. Are we now saying that people who got those houses can either they're going to take back the houses, or they're going to take away the property when that person eventually become deceased? That's the question. That's which clarity we need.
Which one are you talking about? The border? What on the Eagle? What are you talking about? The border house?
Borders, concrete house, people they build houses.
Hold on. Yes, we don't normally build concrete house, but make it clear.
No, I know. We don't say houses. We're not trying to, you know.
No, man. You have to be clear. Bear in mind again, they're not talking about taking away your lands. Let it be clear. The minister never said about taking away the land. The house don't belong to you, not the land. It is your land, but you give the minister unconditionality that whosoever the next person have got in it, it must be somebody recommended by the municipality. That is a fine print, and that is a condition.
So if you want to reclaim your house, if you want to reclaim ownership, you have to tear down the house so you can have full access to the land.
No, you have got to pay Paris Council fee because you sign off in the fine print tonight. Whatever conditionality them set out, you agree to it. If you try to do that, them can sue you. So again,
you'll be owning the land, but not the house on the land. And if you want to have access to the land, you have to now purchase the land?
No. You can't miss it. The land belongs to you. But you can't borrow no money unless you carry a municipality and them agree to it. Because they have a lien and a vested interest on the property.
Sorry to interject. Uncle Howard, so tell me why it was feasible for us to be building board structures to save money, because see, you build up
under the board structure, Kitty, under the board structure, what Kitty spoke about, you can't sell it, but you can only put another family member in it, but it cannot be sold. It must not be rented under the previous agreement. Continue.
No, that was just the question that I had to ask.
Something not right.
All right.
Feel bad.
So this is why we need the clarity that we're asking for, Dre.
True.
I have some questions here because one question I would like to ask Senator Floyd Morris to bring clarity. What is the understanding of the no duplication in this context? All right, that is one question more ask. The ownership of the government as it relates to those who can occupy whenever the owner or the occupancy would have left or die or whatever happened. I want clarity on that. Right? I took notes. All right. Lifted the standard. How it lifted the standard would have affected, because lifted the standard could be an aesthetic decision. You could have just put some plans there. You just put some step there, something that is lifting the standard, whatever it is. We want to know how that can affect the difference. And also the social housing indigent program. What Kitty explained was quite insightful, because now the social housing is different from the indigent program. But the minister said just now in his statement is a social housing indigent program. So he put them, both of them, as now under the same umbrella. I want clarity on that.
Likewise, something is not right. I saw Councillor Michael Troop for the Granville Division was trying to send a request. Can you please resend back that request, Councillor Troop? Maybe you can give us some insight onto the interpretation as to what was said by the local government minister. So kindly resend back your invite, Councillor Michael Troop for the Granville Division. Good afternoon, Patricia Wagwan.
Morning, comrade. Morning.
Good afternoon.
Me sit down and everything kind of play on something in my head. But let me just first say this. I'm living on a parish council lot. I'm living in a poor relief, which me get a poor relief house, and that was like maybe around 20 years ago. This what the minister come up with is not the first I've heard this. I've heard it before, because when I get this house, I get the house through Food for the Poor, not asking for it, wasn't in any need, nothing like that. But I mean, there was a hurricane and I get destroyed inside the hurricane, which the land that I'm living on at the time, I captured that piece of land there. The land was parish council lot, and then the Food for the Poor house come in to me afterwards. Some people came by and they offered us to donate three houses to where I'm living now. When we get the houses, they asked us if the land was ours. We said no. They asked us to go to the parish council and get verified for the houses, which I do. So going along the way, Food for the Poor came back to me and said to me that they couldn't give us the house based on it was a parish council lot, and they can be sued for putting the houses on the lot. Parish council would have to give us the go ahead to put the houses on here. When Food for the Poor, these are things that I did have to undergo. At no time could I remove the house. I could not give the house to any family member. I should have returned back the house to Food for the Poor. These are things, I mean, I tell about 20 years ago this happened to me. When I went to the parish council, them say, all right, them come together and they give us the land. Now the land end up becomes like more of same thing what the minister call it, the Indigent with one name, lots. These lots given to us by like poor people. Some of them have where a labor right build concrete house upon them. And from ever since we always hear, if we put concrete house upon them, we're going to have to take it off. So they ask us to not to put any concrete structures on there, to always have both structures. Same thing for the labor right them. We put up concrete house, all these things. Then now we find that no one, then we find the parish council coming back upon us around here, and they keep on saying to us, no concrete structures, because the land doesn't belong to us. At the end of the day, the land a parish council land, so the land are retained as parish council. Food for the Poor said to me that at no time we can ever rent the houses or sell the houses or remove nothing from the house, because at the end of the day, if they find somebody else and say, for instance, me are the owner for the house, and if I should pass off, then that house would end up go over to somebody else where they want. But for a long while now, nothing more have come about it, nothing more have said, because I have seen where other persons dismantle the house or them sell it away or something like that. But I am saying this what me hear the minister said. I've heard it before. This is not the first me I hear it. So I want to get the real clarity. What is really, I want to know what the real truth to all of this. So we really need somebody to really explain that thing, because this just dragged me up a while ago. But it's not the first I'm hearing, and I've heard it out of PNP councils. That is when I get this piece of lot here. So I really want to know what is it.
Likewise, we need some answers for real. We really need some answers.
You see, one of the difference what she just said is that
Crown
those
land.
lots, those houses are on Crown land.
Yeah.
So the government
That's
is
the
correct
difference.
in saying that. That's the difference. So what we need to speak on now is the houses which are on person's lot. Because
That's
had
the
she
difference.
had her own lot to get the house, then the house would belong to her. That's where the difference is. So we need some.
You mute yourself, Uncle Blair. You mute. Yeah, you mute yourself. But yeah, we understand Patricia's statement. It's not her land, but the house is hers. So if she could get piece of land and lift up the house and put it on it, then you know, so the house would be hers. So we understand her point. So I think the situation where the minister just come and explain is a bit different, because you can't tell me. The minister just make it clear, you know, hear yourself. The man say there's no duplication, right? And if the person is poor and then put them in one of the houses, if that person should pass on, any family member to that person can't just move in like that. The house are going to return to the local government for them to find another indigent person to put in there. So I'm the only person see the prime minister and make people sign land title feet.
That must be a different type of program.
I must one different type of program.
It cannot be the same.
That's exactly
no
the point
different
I
kind
was
of
making
program.
earlier.
I will not put you up nothing.
But the man said there is no duplication.
No duplication.
He said there is no duplication, and what
the prime minister is very deceptive.
What did this?
Me not put you up nothing.
We know that.
Him deceptive. Him deceptive.
Right.
Him not tell the people them that.
Right.
I walk on a bus man left, right, and center. Deceptive. Me not cover for him. In lie.
I think what the minister was speaking on was duplication between the Ministry of Local Government and the Ministry of Labor.
Right.
I think that is where the duplication is. But so we have to make the distinction between the local authority and central government.
Right.
Because there's also a distinction between those two.
Yes.
Me not worry about the word with duplication. What me worry about, what me concerned about it.
Mr. Howard, let me have to talk, Mr. Howard. Then the man not say it is in cooperation with the government. You know, really use the word cooperation. I'll do what that he mean. So everything is under one banner in a Britain.
No, one banner. One banner. Me no need no more distinction.
Right.
It is clear that the government are lied and they trick the people them and they cut house left, right, and center and know everything himself say. At the end of the day, the next family know.
The people them land. I put out span. We making qualify get who we want get. I some see it because I don't understand how me pay taxes in my land. And you come and you put one house pan it. Give me old lady. After me old lady die, the house I go back to. The price comes say you go remove somebody from the next place. You come put in my place.
Gentlemen, it's clear. Say it's a different program because it cannot be what man just explained.
Magan.
Yeah.
Magan. I one thing you listen to, you know. You know, hear about the Auditor General report with 3.4 billion. You never hear that too.
Me hear everything.
The same the same program, Magan. Why you not talk about that? The Auditor General never tell She added the Paris Council and 3.4 billion missing. $3.4 billion slash indigent slash social housing. So another two different programs. One word.
The same
The Prime Minister
Auditor
lie
General,
and wicked.
Of course.
but Howard, the same Auditor General report said that $63 million was handed over to the KSAMC to construct 10 indigent houses. The 3.5 billion was handed over to Economic and Growth Ministry administered by the Prime Minister. So, and the Auditor General spoke of what was done and given to the Ministry of Labor. That is where she said she don't understand because it's 3 separate entities building indigent houses. So the money, the $3.5 billion is not what the KSAMC or the local government ministry is using to construct their houses. So there must have been some distinction.
So, Honorable
Mr.
Blair, so that is
well,
why...
Mr. Blair, make we move to it, for no matter what we talk, one word, the Prime Minister lie and trick the people them. I mean, they hand over an entire class and them and get house. And when the person dead. No, that me asking, make me finish on that. For no matter what you talk, you can't change what me get from it.
No,
the Prime Minister must come
objective.
clean.
That's
the Prime Minister must come clean. He deceive the people them and lie to the people them.
Yeah,
Not
man,
pretty or nothing. And trick the people them.
PR must score when time I do that. Take the people them land and trick them on them.
Every week, all when they late for parliament, he might go all over the island and a cut ribbon and try to score political mile out of it. You know why, my dog? Not pretty up nothing. He trick the people them as a trick yard man.
Well, that's why they must prove them false narrative talk about Prime Minister give house all over the island and all them something there. Trick people and take with them land. And I put him.
Since we know where I do, we need to then highlight it on our ends to and not just.
Well, make we clear up the land part. Them never have thief no land. Take out the land out of it. The land still belongs to you. The house only belongs to them, which means to say a 201 the house, 201 the property. You and the parish council. So no matter no emphasize them not thief no land. They trick the people. And that is the whole issue if we focus on trick and liar.
But when you trick somebody who have 2 and 3 kids, we have one little piece of lot there and you give government to build one, give one. And one not have anything and call the same goat gone work and him out there and misfortune catch him. And he not have nowhere to go. And it happen that the one they migrate or something. That the one they can benefit because you have to go hand over it back to them. If they make a choose and them not go choose.
Well, we need to hear from the spokesmen and women of our party that as the portfolio.
Well, we can't wait for to see them come. I beg Jay if we just make them come up and deal with it.
Because if this is what we are seeing here, we have to bring some stop to it.
It's funny,
and or some clarity to it because
it's funny. Trust me. Funny bad. Funny. Very funny.
Bear in mind, comrades, the program itself in terms of conditionalities is legal. And all we are saying, come clean to the people them and tell them the conditionalities of it. And if they agree to it, nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
I mean, talk about this deception and trick them into signing. So when the person is dead, the next person can get it. Remember, what am I doing? Not illegal, bear in mind, conditionality and contract is not illegal. It's all you go about it in terms of the deception, just like when you don't got quotes and you go trust something and you never read the fine print. And then you not bring it back and say, no. We tell you, say, no return, no refund. And you never look on it. That's it.
Uncle Howard. Uncle Howard.
Yes.
I'm going to get a one of the contracts for one of the social housing people, the mayor.
Okay,
yes, I'm reading from the
Ministry. Comrades, I'm reading something here, see, from the Ministry of Local Government, all right? And that dated August 21st, 2024. 3 indigent housing solution delivered to North Clarendon, right? The portfolio minister, Desmond McKenzie, delivered the key for 3 2-bedroom units. Okay, and they gave the person's name. All right, the point I'm trying to get to, for this part, minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation with responsibility for works and members of Parliament of North Clarendon, Robert Morgan, noted that one of the beneficiaries is deserving. Okay, now here we are, 2 different ministries are handing over the key to people in indigent housing. The Minister of Local Government and the minister himself responsible for economic growth, right, for the housing solutions. How do you read into that?
But isn't he the member of Parliament for North Clarendon?
No, he's not the member.
North Central?
No, it's for North Central, but that was Northern Clarendon.
Northern. So, okay, I just wanted to know.
Yeah, so it was never his, but both ministries were intertwined together.
Okay.
And these are concrete houses that they gave to individuals. These are not houses that was given. That's board structures. I think you can look at on the local government website and read it.
So Eagle, that means what I said, what I was explaining, it was supposed to be like that. So based on what you're reading, it is evident that they're intertwining this program between the 2 ministries then.
That is what I'm getting.
All right.
Exactly.
But the minister said it.
Exactly.
That's why
That's all me say. That's why we find them guilty, because I same thing. And the minister himself intertwined it. He said indigent / social housing.
He actually says social housing indigent program.
No,
that was
yes.
What he said.
Whether back and front or forth and back is the same thing. So
no,
the gist of it, comrades, is that they lie. The Prime Minister 3-card man and him lie. That is the gist of it.
Michael Roach, what you deal with? Hello, Michael Roach, what you say now?
No, I'm not saying anything. Yeah, listen.
All right, you can't stay up here if you're not saying anything. You have to come down. Yes. Boy, may I tell you, every day is something within the party. Eh? Can't understand. Me don't know. But as we speak, members of the People's National Party will be putting together a press release. So let me just wait and anticipate. I just reach out to some persons and they're on it. So fingers crossed we can get some explanation pretty soon. But
fantastic.
Yes, man, this is an eye-opening moment for everybody.
The 301 people that is here, you know, it would be good for at least somebody to come and bring some clarity, you know, at least that. But hey, we wait and see what happens. We wait, and we need clarity on the local government issue that's happening in Clarendon as well. We need them to address that as well.
That needs to be addressed, because we cannot have the minister quoting a 2016 act in Parliament which has not been gazetted. And there is other section of the same act which also includes direct vote for each mayor in all the municipalities. So we want clarity on that also.
A close of mouth from the PNP right now would indicate that Mr. Barneswell is just a troublemaker.
That he needs to come and clarify. We're asking.
I sent out the counter troop, okay? I sent the counter troop, so.
All right. We'd love to have counter troop join the box. And while we are searching for counter troop, one of the requirements I know in the People's National Party, when it comes to food for the poor house, you will have to have the title to the land which is being put on, or the person with the title give you the authority, written authority, for the house to be constructed there. That is one of the recommendations, to put food for the poor house on private land, not government land. Because if it's government land, neither the house nor the land will ever belong to you, like the lady just explained a while ago. But we need clarity on both subjects. And the sooner, the better.
Hey Jamie, I gotta jump out now, you know, so take care of yourself, you know, comrade, and well, if I respect and glad.
Well, may I tell you?
All right,
you see, these are the things.
All right, Mikey.
These are the things, you know, Sublair.
Come on, bless up yourself, Uncle Jay.
Yes, yes.
You know, Dre?
Yes.
You see why our platform will always be the number one?
Always.
You saw one simple press conference where him feel him get political mileage out of and score point. Come right back to them.
It go cost him the election. Me can tell you that.
We are not scholars, you know, but as learned this, comrade.
Yes.
We can be able to interpret and to understand. For all along, we were going, and when you play the last clipping, we come to the conclusion and say, oh, it's the same.
Yeah.
And one thing we can agree on, the Prime Minister is very deceptive. Him lie. Not telling the people, for what the minister talk about is a cabinet decision. And in politics, you don't just get up wholeheartedly and speak without in consultation with the Prime Minister.
True.
All right, Jerry, the council has give him
So
5
when you
minutes.
ask if you do, well, I'm not ego.
All right, no problem.
Both Eagle and Dre. Why you send me that clip there via WhatsApp, Dre? Eagle, now go send you my inbox and you forward the copy of the Road Traffic Act. Because we're going to have a part 2 of this. We can't make this go down. So many things that happen. By tomorrow, one different thing happen. Next thing, this will slide. So we want to have a part 2 of the interpretation and how deceptive this government is. So Dre, send me the WhatsApp. And Eagle, I'm going to send you and you send me the Road Traffic Act. So we can be able to have a continuous decision on that. But we're certain that the party is going to explain some more on it. For this is where the information diverges from, the internet, not the radio. For you know, hear them something up on the radio. And it is good to know, trust me, for the longest while, today's show, very, very informative.
True.
And I would recommend that the party doesn't just do a press release, a written press release. Somebody do a video.
Yes.
Because then everybody read and understand.
True. And once them go live with it, you know me, I'm going to bring it live.
Right.
True. See, I was so disappointed when we sit down and listen to this man this morning. I come and interpret law to me. What him think. Good afternoon, Frontage 563. What one? O'Neill Ellis, good afternoon, sir. This man we name Frontier 563, otherwise known as O'Neill Ellis. Good afternoon, sir. Cannot stay here, you have to go. Waste of time. Yes, Jomo, the party will have a press conference soon. I agree. But I mean, I see what the PNP is doing. I knew from the get-go that there was something missing within the municipal corporation in Clarendon. But now that the PNP sit back and hear the stance of the JLP, now them can make them move. You understand? Because I say, how can they sit back and allow the minority leader to preside over the majority and don't say anything? But there is something to it. And now that the minister come out and make reference to it, the PNP now can adjust themselves accordingly. So I want to hear what Natalie go and come say what is happening in Clarendon, because it cannot be. And based on how the law according to Desmond. Desmond wants to say whether or not want agree or not, Joel is not going anywhere. And it is a tie, and Joel also is going to vote. So it is still going to be at the, so what I would like for them, either them are going to change the constitution and make the same law we operate in Kingston operate island-wide, because you can't tell me say Kingston is different than Clarendon.
Andre, to preempted, the Labour right preempted what thing they said. If you remember, on election day, before the vote even closed, Joel Williams said it won't change the result anyway. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
It was preempted. So from morning them plan that. From tax, even if the PMP win it, don't change anything.
As me say, if I saw it go, let good sense prevail, and who to tell? Maybe one of the labor rights them switch over, because everybody tired of labor rights, you know. Everybody tired of them. So let's see how it goes. But me just want somebody within the PNP to come and clarify it. Now I'm going to take no talk from the Jamaica Labour Party. But comrades, I think we'll be joined shortly by Councillor Michael Troop. So I don't want to wrap up the program yet. So when Councillor Troop join us, then we can hear his expertise, because he know a thing or two about the local laws. But it is a shame that we have to be here as a country. I think the law should be clear, where anybody can take it up and read it, instead of you go through and come at a crossroad.
I agree.
Unacceptable, man. Unacceptable.
I agree.
Let me hear what this person has to say. Melbad, good afternoon. I don't understand how, as your command, so you're gone pan tea time. Huh? You cannot stay here, miss. You cannot.
Eagle, me just check your WhatsApp the number the night.
I get it,
so
I
you
get
can
it,
send it. All right. So make a go and hold the fort until Councillor Troop ready. Again, Dre, you see why we can't take a break? We can't take a break because we see where the government and them set of propagandists them go around for try to trick the Jamaican people. And the truth of the matter, the Prime Minister busy. Sometimes he not even got parliament. He left from your Sangali with a Negril pine for go cut ribbon.
True.
All we are saying is you trick the people them into having a placeholder for a house that the next generation can't inherit it because it belongs to the local authority.
True. Good afternoon, Delroy Silva. Delroy, Wagwan. Delroy Silva, good afternoon. Hello? Waste of time, you have to go. Good afternoon, Lady Dawn, what's up?
Good afternoon, Dre and the rest of comrades.
How you do, dear?
I'm good. You?
Why would they take a rough life smooth?
Yes, master. Soon is soon over. Here, my little take on it now. In regards to the poor relief house, right?
Yeah.
When Mr. Beast came out here and built those houses for the people, why didn't Mr. Beast say the same as the government and we are living here?
That's a very good point you make there.
That's right. That's right.
Think about it. We are Jamaican. So if I have a family member living in a poor relief house and the person died, and I have another person homeless, I can't just move that person into the house like that. I have to go back to the municipal corporation, go make Desmond Mackenzie sign it off and all of that. That's not nice. And the second thing again, remember the PM said, you have undocumented people who are not criminal and they want to deport them. But remember, the PM said it's either they face their maker or the judge. You need to go on that topic. You did listen to it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Somebody
We got the various platform. I think Andre Stevens did it, Joe Bryan did it, and me do it also. But apparently you may miss all three. But we do it, but from time to time, you see through the hot topic in my job, you can't keep up for revisit.
Yes. True. I didn't hear it, so that's why I mentioned it. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know where this country is going. We're going backward, not forward, backward.
Well, me know where the country are going, you know, Comrade Lady Dawn, and it'll go right back to the People's National Party.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Because they realize everybody coming over now, artists, everybody.
Everybody as the time come.
See, Mr. Vegas put a post how much in Surrey and whatever. Yeah, because they might realize now. They might realize. Yeah, man, let them go on. We have few months, so let them go on.
That's right.
Yes. So we have to wait.
True.
Anyway.
But Dre.
Yes, Kitty. Go ahead, Kitty, we're hearing.
No, man, politics.
Kitty, turn on back your microphone, please.
Oh, sorry. I was just, you remember I just said a while ago, say if their own councillors are not in up with them. And it is very much evident. Their own councillors realize that the PM is draining all the money in the central government.
Yes.
And this man now fund the councillors them. And remember when it was burial, I can specifically remember when it was burial, when Desmond had told the municipality must be $500,000. Must be $500,000 for them, for the councillors to get some food packages for their constituents. And them realize it had draw out, and then take it back and say, oh, they now better do it. Till me hear say, but at least it's their own councillor that did it. Till me hear say councillor already reach a supermarket and take the things them, trust the things them, and give him division. And then he had to take the money out of his pocket to pay the supermarket.
Crazy.
And now in Parliament, they are saying that the MPs, nothing is wrong with that because my MP assists all of his councillors, including the JLP councillor, whenever anything is given away. But now they're saying that the MPs are supposed to help the councillors them in their divisions. Just because them not spend money in the local government, in the municipalities. All of a sudden, this is happening after the local government election. And before that, this man used to spend money left, right, and center. So what is the problem now?
And them lose it.
No, because they are no importance to them anymore right now.
Right.
The purse, then I have full access to the purse still, you know. So them not gonna spend where them have access to. Full access.
No, what I'm saying is that they don't need the service of the councillors. Right now is a member of parliament who are falling out of favor of grace with the people.
That's right.
They're trying to promote.
That's right.
And if you notice the Spark program, which the roads are concentrated as parochial road. Yet still, it is the member of parliament has the authority to act and to select the roads. So they are totally bypassed the local authority.
For them time come, them lose them time, you know. So now a member of parliament time now, so they might give them full access. We know what them strategy, man.
That just never made no sense to me.
We know what them strategy. But what I would like to see though is, because we discover a lot of the things that we have discovered here and we speak so eloquently about. I would like to hear the party come out and said things like this, some of the things that we have discovered here. Let them know, say, the government is using central government, treating local government like central government, and it ought not to be so. The councillors need to have their say at this time, at their money.
I agree. You notice sometime how when a particular road is supposed to be fixed, how the MP can come out and say, oh, it's not a central government road, it's a parochial road, and it is the duty of the councillor. So how the roads now are reversed, where the minister just spoke about parochial roads, but the parochial roads are being presided over. The member of parliament now no say over parochial roads.
Thank you very much. All of that must be said.
Much deception and confusion, and I think where Jamaicans go wrong, we don't take the time out to understand politics on a whole in this country. Enough people never know about local government election, big man and big woman. And since last year, February, persons start to find out.
Yes.
You think a joke? A lot of persons had no clue that there were two elections, local and general. A lot of persons never had the knowledge.
So that means we need to bring back civics in the classroom.
Just remember, Labour, right? Remove it from the curriculum, you know. Labour Party.
You see, we are offering it here on our platform, you know, it's just that sometimes we just need to ensure that when we divulge information, no, we always give the truth, but they come and tell them people say nothing no gossip. They come and tell them people say nothing no gossip.
Yes, stick up in there, everyone. Yes, good stick up in there, hold on. Everyone, good afternoon. Mr. Echo. Yes, good afternoon, Councillor Chu.
Hearing me?
Yes, man, loud and clear.
Afternoon to you, sir. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Very good. Very interested. Very interested topic you're on today. Very interested.
Thank you. So based on the discussion so far,
thank you.
So based on the discussion so far, Councillor Chu, can you share your expertise as to what you think is happening in the Clarendon Municipal Corporation?
I think Desmond Mackenzie got it all wrong. And we are working with our lawyers. Mackenzie got to talk who is supportive of him. I think we should go to the court. We have the majority votes parish-wise. We have equal seats. So Barnesville is supposed to get the mayor, but at least you have to have a seat at the table, whether deputy mayor or mayor, and most likely mayor, because we have the majority of votes cast in the parish. And we are going to take it to court. The PMP is consulting some lawyers, and we'll hear about it before the end of the week. But Mackenzie did it all wrong. Yeah, he rightly talk about the mayor have a casting vote. So we have to do it two ways. Either we buy one of Labour right from him, because the PMP is coming to power and they want to, so we can promise some people something and vote against him once the vote is in secret ballot. So all of that is in play also.
Okay.
But one of the leader, whether the mayor or the minority leader, have to have a table, have to have a seat at the table. But so I would suggest that Barnes will move a motion to remove the deputy mayor. Because you can't move the mayor first. If you move the mayor will then, deputy mayor will become mayor. You can't move it again until one year's time. So if you move deputy mayor first.
WhatsApp Andre McFarlane, camera photo.
And then you move the mayor
WhatsApp Granville
after.
Foundation, Dave Allen, camera photo. WhatsApp account St. James Parish Council, enjoy sparkle sparkles. WhatsApp Angela White.
That's my take on it.
Yes. Thank you.
How about the housing, the indigent housing? How about the housing, the indigent housing?
The house, let me tell you something about those houses. Mackenzie had not given the council a dime over the last 5 years to assist social housing. None. All the money going to Prime Minister office. So when you talk about we have not gotten any burial grant to assist the poor, and we have not gotten a dime over the last 5-6 years related to social housing. St. James has not received a dime. Maybe Kingston but St. James Hanover, Westmoreland has not received a dime.
WhatsApp Angela White, prayer, more prayers person with folded hands sparkling.
When you build a house and somebody property, because all the Andrew house is building, all the houses building, they are building on the property owned by the person. So if I am going to entitled to a social housing from the Prime Minister, we have to provide the land. And when that person dies, the house belonging to the person next, like the daughter or the son, but in can't lock it up and say, they own it. Once they buy it, once they get the government money, it's build a house for you. You know, owned by the government. Not go so. Same thing happened to the social housing that Mackin is talking about. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, man, loud and clear.
So you can't come build a
yes, man, loud and clear. So you're saying that
you can't come build a house from the land.
Yes. So you're saying that what? Yes.
Go ahead.
I was saying that what the minister said this morning. I was saying that what the minister said this morning. I don't know why I'm echoing, but anyway.
Put the council on pause before you talk. Put the council on pause.
All right. Yes. So what I was saying, Councillor Chu, based on what Minister Mackenzie said this morning, where he made reference to the indigent houses, I played the clip. I was listening to it. I let the whole Jamaica listen to what the minister said, and we heard him clearly. He said that there's no duplication, right, where the program is concerned, and if they identify someone who is indigent and is poor and is deserving of a house, when that individual receives that house, if God forbid that person passed on, that whoever relative belong to that poor individual cannot occupy that house after that person who received the house initially from the government and they passed away. The house have to be returned to the Ministry of Local Government, where they will select another indigent person to put in that house. And I mean, it's just an act of deception, because how you can't tell me, say you build a house, give somebody, and because they're poor and they passed on, no relative can have access to that house after. Something is not adding up. Something is wrong. Go ahead, Councillor Troop.
Unmute him, Dre.
Yes, I just did. Mr. Troop, you're unmute. Accept the unmute. I sent a request for you to unmute yourself.
I'm unmute now?
Yes, perfect. We hear you now.
You can hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. We hear you now.
Mackenzie can't tell me that if I get a social house on my land, because they're not putting a house on anybody's land. So you have to have, either you have a lease from somebody somebody who say then give them rent to the person for over 10 years and the person die, the house belonging to the person who die and leave it. So you can't come put somebody on the lease that I am paying or the land that I own. That not go so. You can't do that. You can't do that. You understand me? Say, what I do know, if the person is poor and they have a piece of land, like they have a piece of land, a acre, whatever amount of land, and the person gets a social housing, before that person can get that house, the person will take the land and put it in their land stock. So the person die, if you have no family, the land of the house belonging to the council. I can understand me. So, but the person having one piece of land within Tiger, Mackenzie cannot put anybody upon the man land when a person dies to say no, it can't do that. Can't do it. Taxpayers' money can't do it. So when Mackenzie talk about this man, a foolishness, try to put it up. Can't do it.
We will have to get clarity. Yeah, and both aspects of Mackenzie speak this morning. Where is
Mackenzie speak this morning? Most accounts of them was laughing at Mackenzie. One, they were laughing that we have not received any funding for housing for over the last 6 years. And it's two, they're laughing at Mackenzie belonging to the person, the government. No, go so. If a person, but I know a lot of people get houses, board house, and they have to have a piece of land to get it. So they go and get a lease and put the house in it. As soon as the house drop, they move it on somewhere else. There's no audit. We have any audit say how much house we get, how much people get house. That not available to Mackenzie and nobody else at the council. So Mackenzie is fooling the public. You can't fool me. Mackenzie starved the council. Mackenzie starved the council for funding. You know that today is the 5th of February. We just reached November money. We're supposed to get every month. Now come yet?
The PRF.
I feel understand what I'm saying.
The PRF.
The PRF. We just reached November money not reach the council yet.
And wait to the second month.
And use the money to do it.
And wait to the second month.
And wait the second month. Mackenzie starved the councillors from them coming. But time come, when PMP was in power, as the end of the month come, the money.
WhatsApp, the screen smiling face.
We get the money to do our work. Water from the Ministry of, what I call it, but the Ministry of the Prime Minister's office, come from the Prime Minister's office. Samuda. When we get it, you have to go to the mayor to approve it to get water. That's what they did. That's what they did. The mayor have to approve it for you to get water. Mackenzie is the worst minister of local government. If you're kissing ass, you can't enter in front of a mayor one is not going to kiss your ass. So Mackenzie can't talk all and talk in time coming. Soon. Less than months away. And we have a new PMP government who think, love, and work for the people.
Exactly, because at this point in time, the country need a reset. And the present government can't bring a reset to the country. Can't bring a reset to the country at this time. So we have to have a new government to bring a reset. Because to hear Mackenzie come out and put two things on the table, and there is no full clarity as to the position which he has outlined this morning. The first thing, we have no clarity where indigent/social housing is concerned. And we have no clarity where the local government is concerned also. And we need full clarity on both items. And I am imploring the People's National Party to do what they have to do and to bring some clarity to both items to the people soon as possible.
I agree with you, Honorable Blair. I agree with you, Honorable Blair, 100%. Because it's clear that his action so far is aimed to deceive the people.
Exactly.
And he's using words inconcurrently with both social housing and indigent housing concurrently, and that is where the confusion is coming from.
Yes, because he mentioned that they have developed a new type of housing, and that would indicate that he's speaking specifically at the houses that the Prime Minister is handing over. Because they are concrete houses with, all the facilities and all the amenities.
And the known duplication is coming from the attorney, is it the Contractor General, Attorney General? When she spoke about the why so many housing ministry. Auditor General, right? Why there are so many housing ministry, and so he's now trying to say whatever she said are nonsense by saying there is no duplication. But what he has made mention of is clear duplication.
Very much so, Morgan. But stick a pin there, gentlemen. Since Councillor Troop is here, and for those of you who are just joining, we are here with the People's National Party councillor for the Granville division over there in West Central St. James. And Councillor Troop, we have some very interesting development taking place in West Central St. James, where I'm not sure if you are aware, but not that we care, but just like how them fasting our business in the PNP, we have to peep sometime what's happening over there. And it is safe to say that the Member of Parliament, or should I say the outgoing Member of Parliament for West Central St. James, the workers within the party don't want to work with her for the next general election. As a matter of fact, out of the 200 workers or delegates, 175 of them voted that they don't want her to return. Only 25 persons out of the 200 say yes, they're willing to give her a chance. And it is a sign of what is to come. And it is safe to say that Granville people now want to see her. Likewise, Mount Salem people have nothing to do with her. I saw recently where she was going through the Spring Gardens division, and people throw egg on her windscreen like they don't want nothing to do with Mrs. Malahoo Fort. It is a shame to how this lady have made West Central St. James run down. Can you give us any insight as to what is happening currently in West Central, Councillor Troop?
Okay, they have an up and down vote recently. And the deputy mayor and the council for the Spring Garden division and Marlene Malahoo Fort, they run against each other.
Oh. Debo run against Malahoo?
Yes. Debo gets 6 votes and Marlene get 20 something. The girl that worked in the Member of Parliament office vote for Debo. She lost. The guy that won with me the last election, he resigned. The guy, the one that won in Mount them, she out of it. Debo says he won the seat, and Debo won against her. So both Marlene and Debo were rejected by the delegates.
Okay. So basically now it is safe to say that the Jamaica Labour Party is seeking a suitable candidate to represent them in West Central St. James.
Well, that's some understand. I was talking to Debo today, the coach said, Debo, what going? I said, boy. That's how they tell me.
Why may I tell you, Councillor Troop, we want to try and wrap up for 2 o'clock. But I mean, for the residents in West Central St. James, we know the ties have shifted and people are warm up to Dr. Andre Horton. But as we wrap up the program, Councillor Troop, your final words for your residents, your people in a Granville division, what you have to say to them concerning the MP in waiting, Dr. Andre Horton?
Well, they know a lot about Dr. Andre Horton.
Yes.
And Andre Horton has been working the division for many weeks now. The time for a change. Andre Horton will bring the change that you want. Andre Horton will be one of the MP that is be on the ground. Is both councillor and caretaker for PNP is supporting Dr. Andre Horton 100%.
Yes.
So we are asking you to just steadfast, keep the faith. Within the next 6 months or before, Andre Horton will be next member of parliament for West Central St. James / minister.
There you go. Well said. And for those of you who support the Dre Bryan Show, all my followers, please jump on over to Councillor Michael Troop's page and give him a 1 follow and show him all the support. So all my followers, make sure to go over and platform and support him and follow him so we can know what's happening over there in West Central St. James. We want to thank you, Councillor Michael Troop. Don't be a stranger. Now you are welcome anytime.
I listen to the show all the time, man. All the time I listen to the show, man. All the time.
True.
All the time. I mean, I go up and just enjoy myself.
Yes. We know, man.
Enjoy myself.
True.
I can tell you this. Mark Colin, I must say, it surprised me. Trust me.
Yes.
Because the people are loving me. Mark Colin, trust me, man, the man made me feel proud as a party president. Trust me.
True.
It made me feel proud that you can't wear nothing orange and people want to care for you. Anywhere you go, people want to copy your orange band. Anywhere you go, they want to copy the cap, they want the shirt.
True, man. Him really revived back the party and bring it back. Yes. For real.
So, just to the comrade online, time come. And you must all go between now and the end of March to put all person that you get or PNP and the vote of this.
Yes.
Very important. I want to show every day, talk about it because the next new vote of this will be out in June.
Right.
So make sure we get all the person which 18 and over to go and the vote of this. And you don't have to look far. Your cousin, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, make sure they go on the vote of this. Please, put this down in there.
Yes.
Because if you don't have a vote, don't make it to jump on the wagon.
True.
You understand? So that's my job now is to get all the persons who are 18 and over to get them on the vote of this. Every Friday, I'm taking people with my own vehicle to the registration center.
Wonderful.
Can I ask a question before you wrap up, sir?
Yeah.
What is it? I know you can look through your window and tell me, how is it looking for Janice over there?
Let me tell you something. Janice is an excellent candidate, very good candidate.
Yes.
She's doing the work, and she might be the dark arts. Trust me on that. She's doing the work. She's connecting with person who never worked with many years, who feel the pinch, and I'm expecting her to reach the finish line.
Okay.
It's a lot of work, wholly work. But she's doing a job. She's one of the persons who's out there every single day, morning and evening. She's doing the work.
True.
Omar Davis, him gone home for me. He never start the race.
Comrade Troop,
yeah.
I just wanted to thank you because when PNP Vice was few and far away in St. James, held that part of the island. I particularly want to lift my hat off to you. Yes, because your name is a household name. You have always stand steadfast to the cause of the People's National Party. And in this general election, whatsoever success come out of St. James will be your success for standing with Vice.
I agree. Thank you for your service, Councillor Trooper. Years, boy, may I tell you, years of you. When you hear about Granville, you hear about Councillor Trooper. Yes,
30 years as council is a long time.
True.
I am
long time, man. From Narian days, Councillor True. From Mr. Narian, Councillor True.
Yes. Why may I tell you? It's a joy to still have him doing the work, and you know. So
I am coming from Norman Manley.
Yes.
When I was about 6 years old, Mr. Pump up lamp the meeting. Yes. Michael Monday.
But Dre, I don't cut the argument pertaining to the local government act. But if it is that the act was fully gazetted, then we wouldn't have Desmond Mackenzie coming to tell us anything because the act does not provide any space for any local government minister.
It doesn't.
So it is evident that the act is not fully gazetted.
Well, him a lean pan
the act. Part of the act.
Yes, for real. But more to come, we anticipate a press conference from the People's National Party. So we're going to stand by for that. I'm going to wrap up the program shortly. And then whenever they choose to go live, I'm going to bring it live as well. So on behalf of the Dre Bryan program, on behalf of Councillor Michael Troop and the people over there in the Granville Division, big up West Central St. James every time, Comrade Hugh Blair, Eagle Kashif and Morgan and everybody that made the program a successful one this afternoon. I want to say thank you. The word is love. Let us continue to look out one for another. The word is always love. Big up yourself, Councillor Troop.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Big up yourself, comrades. Have a good rest of the day.
Yeah, the word is love. The word is love. Thank you.
Every time. Morgan, bless up yourself.
Bless up, my brother.
All right. So, comrades, stand by whenever the park. We must come out and say something. So, whenever they choose to, whatever time, and I don't think they're going to put it in a letter form. This deserves a video press release. So, whenever they do go live, I'm going to come on live as well so that persons can listen in. So with that said, it's past my lunchtime. I'm hungry. I want to go eat. So big up on yourself. Blessings, and it was my pleasure being here as usual. The word is love, comrades. Big up on yourself.
Like a ship